Hey, friends, it's your girl Tanya, and I want to come to you with a story time. I want to talk about me finally getting free from a 33-year toxic relationship. Yes, 33 years, and I'm going to say it again, toxic. So, before we get started, I want to say welcome to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome back. I appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I want to welcome you. And it is my hope that my story will inspire you and you come on back and just, become my internet cousin, my YouTube cousin. How about that? So anyway, I was in a relationship and all the names and everything in here is real. I'm going to put that disclaimer, everything is real. But I've been in a relationship for 33 years. And his name is Debt. 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 It's credit card debt, car payment debt, personal loan debt. You know, Mama didn't warn me that when you get into that type of relationship, it ain't easy getting out of it. It is one of them relationships that are gonna linger on and on and on, and it's gonna keep you up at night. It's gonna stress you out. It's go everywhere you go when you saying, "I'm finally breaking free from you. I'm getting away from you." Here he come, cause you done had a hard day, or you stressed out. So what do? You go get that little plastic, and you go to the store and you see everything that you want, not what you need, but everything that you want. How many times? And let me know in the comments below. Have you been like, I got a credit limit. I done paid my card up, and I got $100 and some dollars on here. I'm going to get me that pocketbook. I'm going to get me that shoes. Get me those shoes. I'm just gonna use my credit card because I don't want to spend my cash because I don't want to be broke. We broke anyway. We're gonna be broke anyway because you know why? Because 9 times out of 10, for me back then, I couldn't pay him to stay away. Like he just kept coming back, stronger and stronger with them flowers. Oh, I'm gonna get you earned $100 increase, just bringing them flowers, and I'm just with open arms, bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them. Not thinking that the abuse, which is AKA the interest rate, is steady rising. But I'm accepting it because I'm paying my cars on time. You paying them on time, but you paying the minimum payment. And then when that card get full, you're like, oh my God, I got another credit card offer come in. Such and such. You pre-qualified. Next thing you know, you sign it. Oh, I got $500. Here it come. Here come the flowers. Debt. He bringing me flowers again, only to pull me back in to that abusive relationship. Now, one day, maybe a year ago, I sat down and I said, you know what? Let me sit down, right, and calculate every minimum payment. 1 month, you could be paying anywhere between, I've never got over $500 in payments, but like $500. I asked them, I said, fool, do you know what you could do with that $500? And look, so he really gets you right because he lets you pay it off, pay that card off. Mm, I, this bill is due. I need to do this. I need to do it. That's what his mindset is. So what do? Take the credit card, pay that bill off. Not thinking, okay, well next month the light bill gonna be due again, but then you're gonna have this credit card payment to pay. But that ain't thing about you because that too busy trying to woo you in and manipulate you and to just mentally abuse you. And next thing you know, you wonder, why am I feeling so heavy and I'm so depressed? And because we keep letting that negativity back in our life. And that negativity is called that little credit card, that little consumer card, little consumer credit card. We just let it back in. Just as happy. Let me tell you something. Years and years and years ago, I used to work at Kohl's, and I worked on the weekend, right? And one of the things is in these department stores, especially if you're considered full time, and I learned this by working at Kohl's. If you're full time, you have to have so many cards open. Like you have to open so many accounts. But the thing with Kohl's, what they would do, you open up a credit card, especially on the weekends and the holidays. You can get in. I think it used to be like 75 cents. You get $1. Well, honey, I was so good at it that one of the managers they used to say, Tanya's only here on the weekends, and she opening more credit cards than y'all that are full time. I mean, I don't want prizes. My look, they had them little envelopes. But I used to go cash get my envelope. My envelope used to be thick because you don't know how much you're getting until you cash it out. I want to say like that week or something. You cash it out, but you don't realize how much you're getting until you get your little envelope. But excuse me, everybody. But I was so good at it, and now that I think about it, I was just good at helping others get into that bad relationship, that toxic relationship with debt. And debt was a cheater. Cause debt dated all of us. All of us done dated debt. And I think about it. How many of you have your car just about paid for? You at the cups in of paying your car off. I've been so good when my car has been paid off. I want another one. Why can't I just relish in being single, single from debt, using that car payment money on other things? And then I'm talking about, I don't have this, I can't do this, I never was able to go here and there. Yeah, I need my ends clip. Look at that. I need, yeah, time to clip my ends. But you know why? Because I kept going back to debt. I kept going back to debt. Had I been confident and said, you know what, this car I got, it may got a dent here, a little dent there, it's older here, but you know what, it's mine. But what I do, trade it in. And then get so bad, right? Some I have traded it in even before it got paid off. So then you don't think about it then, because debt don't tell you. All debt telling you, you get there and debt make you feel good because you don't gotta, you got approved for another car, so you ain't thinking about the residual amount on that car that you traded in that you ain't paid off because you when I got it was in a balloon probably. So now I'm tacking that on to the loan on top of the other one, but I'm happy. I got me a new car. Let me tell you something. The car that I have now, I literally have one more year to pay it off. I have a truck. And you can best believe I take it to get the oil change. I take it to get the tire rotation. The dealer tell me it needs the fluids change and stuff. I take it to get the fluids change because that was my hard earned money. That was my hard earned sweat and tears that I put into that. Why wouldn't I do what's right and keep it? Okay, I want another one. Ain't nothing wrong with that because I work. But what I'm gonna do, one, I'm gonna be smart. Two, okay, that one's paid off. I'm not gonna jump in to go get the one that I want. What I'm gonna do is take that money, stack it up, make sure my emergency fund is built, make sure all my bills are paid, like I don't have any consumer debt. So when I do, you know, go get my new debt, he's going to be worthy, and he's going to be loving of me because he's going to know that I don't have a car payment and then all these other little consumer debts. He's going to look out for me and say, my lady is only going to need just one debt. She doesn't need all those other little things, and it doesn't. And I think where I've messed up in the past is because, like I said, when I break free from him, I bring him back. You know, I bring him back, and that's not a good look. That that's not a good look. That's not a good look. I'm looking at my ends to the camera, but my just for my own safe my sake and sanity, I get my ends clipped next week. So I'm moving in 2 weeks. I'm downsizing. Finally, empty nester. Debt still pulling at my hair. Pulling at my hair. But I had to go because I'm downsizing. The furniture that I had, for so many years, it can't fit into this new place because this new place is smaller. So I have to, I had to buy some new furniture. So I got a couch. I didn't worry about, getting the all the other bells and whistles. I just got a nice couch. It reclines. Then I had to get a bed, but I had to get a smaller one. It's a full size bed with the headboard and the mattress. But I was so like insistent, and again, this is where debt, gets in my ear and manipulates me, has me thinking, oh, you need to get a dresser too. You need to get the dresser to match. And then I said, you know what? And I went on Amazon, put one in my cart. Perfect. It matches the headboard, the bed. I'm getting the headboard and everything. And then I said, you know what? And this was just confirmation. Is why debt got upset with me because I said the same way that um, people can go into the Goodwills and stuff. You know, I could go there and I can DIY, you know, some items. You know what I mean? And if if I have to live out of little bins for my undergarments and stuff for a while, then that's just what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and you know overexert myself and um just buy things to buy it because then again that's why I say my friend debt or my husband, my ex-husband wants to um just cause havoc, you know what I'm saying? And I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I won't do that. um and I'm just learning that I have to be strategic, and I have to learn that when I divorced that I need to stay divorced. And, it's funny because I work in accounting and finance at my job, and I manage a budget. So I say to myself, you manage a work budget, you're getting paid. It's the same as my own budget. I manage my own budget and I'm paying myself because when I give myself an allowance, that's my pay. So if you look at your own budget as if you're managing someone else's budget and you're getting paid to do it, because when you give yourself an allowance, you are paying it. That's your paycheck. Just use that as a basis, as that's your paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And because things are so different now. The trajectory of the world is changing. And if I didn't have the husband, named Debt, if I couldn't get the flowers that he thought he was that I thought were really flowers, I couldn't get those certain things anyway, you know? So why not just not accept the flowers and say you'll get it when it's your season to get it. Don't be um entertained by, or don't be manipulated into certain situations because you feel like that's the way things should be, or you know what I'm saying. So I just I'm happy. I'm very happy that I have um I'm on live. Come get the address for the Uber. Yeah, just write it down for me. I'm on live. You know what I'm saying? I have no pen and paper. It's in my bag. There's a pen in there. I'm just um I'm happy. Um and it's a change, of course. Um but it's something that I'm learning to deal with. The little girl in me never was taught these things. And I know some people say, oh, you can't say you weren't taught. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, because I'm going to tell you, there are some young people who parents teach them money management. And if you can't do what you don't know, if it was never in the home, I couldn't implement it because that's something that was never implemented in the home. And I'm going to tell you, when I first started like really learning to do that, it's because I worked with this lady, and she used to have, still to these days, that black and white composition notebook. And she used to write her bills in there for every pay period, and that's how I started learning to do that. But then when I really started learning to budget, my sister had mentioned to me about, the Dave Ramsey. um I tried it. It didn't work for me, but that's okay. No shade, no tea. That wasn't for me. And then I just started watching different YouTube channels, and I can name A Pink Cloth Life, So Crafty Sinai, um, who else? Budget Treasures, Rochelle Adamson Budget. It's just so many that I watch. Daisy Budgets. Um, Budget with Bay. There's so many that I've watched that I take from them, and I look, and I could take a piece from everybody. And what I'm learning and what I'm telling myself, their story is not my story. My marriage is not their marriage. See, they may not be married to debt, but I was married to debt. So I got a divorce. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I'm looking at my consumer debt, is that I was married to debt, and now I have to divorce that said debt, which I have. But again, I'm happy. Is it different? It is. I'm learning that I had an excuse while I'm an empty nester. Let me tell you something. I would eat out breakfast, lunch, dinner, buy snacks in between, and before you know, I done spent $150 in 7 days, if not more. You think about it, because that's like $20 right there. Then I'm getting me a coffee, so that's $4. Then I'm going to get a McMuffin, so right there, that's $7. And then whatever I get for lunch, that's another $10. But that's $20 right there, you might as well say. And then dinner time. So I might be spending $180 a week and don't realize it. Then I'm saying, where's my money? When that $180, I could take it to the store, buy groceries, bring it in the house, meal prep for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's just a mind thing. That debt had me so in love with him that I was doing anything to make him happy. Anything to make him happy. And when I say that, when I say I was doing anything to make him happy, spending, buying, shopping, getting the credit cards, you know, Get the credit cards. If you can't pay off one, what makes you think you're going to pay off the other one? If you can't pay off two, what makes you think you're going to pay off three? Make it make sense. And I'll say again, no shade, no tea. And I'll tell you this story, and then I'm gonna wrap it up because I don't want to bore you guys with my divorce story. And excuse the train in the background. I'm gonna take a minute to reflect. That's a long train. And just while we wait for the train to go by, just let it resonate. Just let it resonate, resonate, resonate. I'm not gonna let it kill the vibe. Mm-mm. So, single mom, and from New York. Now, you see, I talk about my hair. Like at one time, my hair was never. I mean, when I was in high school, it was in ponytails because I used to do it on the side with a little side ponytails and all that. But anyway, my cousin and I were talking, and just a little while ago before I came on, and I said, you know what's funny? I was living in New York, not paying, not making nowhere near what I'm making now. But let me tell you something. Every other Saturday, I was at the Dominicans getting me a doobie, a Dominican blowout. Every other Saturday. Why am I not doing it here? Like, and to be broke? Mm-mm, mm-mm. And I don't know if it was because when you don't have a what you considered a lot of money, you don't spend as much. But when you or when I at least when I think, okay, I'm making this money, I deserve it. I work hard. It took me so many years to get here to be making this salary. Then I start spending shoes. Well, I like to go to work dressed up. I do. Now that I do. I have more work clothes than I do regular clothes. But pocketbooks. But then I had to finally stop because you know what I do? I get a pocketbook. Oh, I need a bigger one. So I get a big Michael Kors or Marc Jacobs, the tote bag. Well, I still got my tote bag. I love my tote bag. But I would get the big Michael Kors bag, rock it for 6 months, then I need something else. So right now I have a Coach bag. It's a nice medium satchel. Love it. Is it packed to the brim? And the only time I really carry it, because I don't carry it out, because I don't trust too much the way things are going. I need to be able to just get my card out, my money out, whatever, and boom. But I still have to say, you know, I'm spending money on all these cards that I don't need. Like, why do I need all these cards? I don't. Now they riding around trying to tow somebody's car who got expired tags or registration. Mm. But anyway, but why do I need all that? And I realize you don't. You don't need all that, you know? And I know this lady on my job, she says she's not into designer things. She's into experiences, meaning that this woman will go on a cruise 2 times a year and then she'll go to her timeshare, you know. So she's more into, like she said, experiences opposed to the designer bags and the designer shoes and all that. But to each his own. And again, for us, for those who are no shade, no tea, that's just how some people are. That's what they like, and that's their go-to. But anyway, I'm going to end it here, and I appreciate you. And leave me a comment below if you're divorced from debt, if you understand my divorce journey. Let me know in the comments below. Um, what are you going to do to, if you are in that consumer debt, to get out of your debt? Are you on the budgeting journey? Just chop it up with the girl. Just give me some encouragement. Give me some encouragement. Until next time, peace.